Yo, what's up, guys? We are on live. I'm back on with Days. It's been a few months since we've done this live, but how have you been since then, man? How's your summer been going?
It's been good. I've been chilling. I've been trying to do a little bit more, which was nothing usually, but we did good. I've been going on adventures, man, making little videos, doing my thing, the usual.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. What's been your favorite video you've made recently, or which one was the most fun to work on recently?
The mushroom trips, bro.
Okay,
All the adventure videos. I want to become an adventure vlogger at this point
right,
because,
yeah.
I mean, it's so much fun just going out and just being unique and just doing whatever, just exploring. It's so fun, exhilarating, if I may
I
say so
agree.
myself.
I agree. Like now that I live, since I bike, now that I live in like a bike friendly city and shit like that, I've been
Yeah.
biking around Chicago doing a lot more like vlogging, just moving around the city and shit like that. And it's so much more fun than like sitting in your room or just sitting in your studio or whatever you want to call it and
Oh
just
God.
continually making videos.
No, that's why I want to move. So I live in the West Valley, Arizona, and over here it's all farmland. I can't do I walk outside. I walk my dog every day,
Mhm.
same route. All I see is a farm to the right of me. I mean, I got some nice mountain ranges, but there's a freeway in front of it, and it's like, oh hell no! Like the biggest thing I get to see every day is a freeway. We got no buildings. It's all neighborhoods and just farmland, and ugh.
Oh, so you're not even like in the city like Phoenix or anything like that.
No, I'm like 40 minutes away.
I thought you used to work over in Phoenix though, didn't you? Or do you still? I didn't think you
No,
did. I thought I saw on your channel and stuff that you didn't do that anymore.
yeah, oh, damn. So I could have still been working there. Like they never really like fired me, but I just wasn't about to work with the lady who was trying everything in her power to get me fired. And the only reason they kept me is because HR said that I didn't do anything wrong. So if
Right.
they did fire me, I could have came for them after that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not. I just feel like it's a respect thing, I'm not gonna sit there and as really disrespectful because she went into my personal life and she tried to get me yapped from the job. Like what?
Right.
She's like 40. She has like
Yeah.
two kids that are my age. My age.
Right.
Worry about your kids, man. Like
What do you have to, or what are you looking forward to with making content? I know you said you want to be more of an adventure blogger. Do you have any like plans coming up that you're trying to do coming up here soon? And
so in a couple of days, we go on a family vacation every year, and I almost didn't go because I'm like, I need to make content, I need to
mm,
do this, I need to work. But I realized why not just make an adventure vlog in Mexico?
right.
Take the camera on the road, record on vacation. You can have jet skis and um I just like I can't I don't even have anything to bring with me and go on an adventure and try to find some weed in Mexico or something
Right.
like that. Who knows?
But that's gonna be fun. That's dope. I mean, it's you'll definitely be able to find weed in Mexico if you wanted to find weed in Mexico.
Oh
And
no, my sister did last time. Like I
okay,
remember last time we went though too. I don't know why I was giving her a hard time. I said, "You bring that stuff, you're going to jail. You're doing this." Then she found some, and I was like, "You smoke that? You're gonna die. You're smoking some random person's weed in Mexico. You're gonna die." I don't
yeah,
know why, because they always used to do that to me when I was younger. It was it
like
was
they
bad.
like make you scared about what the situation was and shit like that.
Oh yeah, definitely some other stuff.
So on your how has the shrooms over time been? Because I've definitely had a good amount of experience with them before. How has like kind of each trip as you've gone, how has it been impacting you, I guess? And
Jeez.
do you like it more over time? Was it like really hard hitting the first time and it's like kind of dissipated, or what would you say?
Yeah. So like the first time, especially so I love psychedelics and like with mushrooms, the first time I call it it's like a barrier breaker, because your brain has never been exposed to that, like the psilocybin content.
Hmm.
So it's just like you're experiencing a brand new perspective than what you're conditioned to believe. So
Hmm.
you're gonna see a whole entire new world. So for some people, they get psychologically messed up, and if you have hidden trauma in your brain. So in neurology, you have like there's these brain scans they do, and there's wells inside your brain.
Mhm.
And every time you're stressed out, you have trauma, anything that mentally happens that's bad for you, it's going to create another well. And when you take that psilocybin content and they rescan the brain during a trip and after a trip, the mountains and the wells all turn into a flatter surface so you can think versus having all those wells. And then after the trip is over, like a week to a month to even a year afterwards, even a microdose, all those wells went from being deep and having like little mountainous. It's like looking at a geography map where they have like the mountain
Topography,
ranges.
like, yeah.
What is it? The top
Yeah,
yeah,
topography.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's like looking at that for the brain, and it's like crazy because afterwards it goes from wells, mountains, it's
right.
just flatter surface. And it just shows how much you think more rationally. And it helps people just like it helps you think for yourself. You know, the only reason it's
For sure.
illegal is because in the Vietnam War, we had the hippie revolution along like the mushrooms and the hippies and this, and people started uprising. The only reason the Vietnam War didn't, or we pulled out of Vietnam, is because of mushrooms. Really, the mushroom revolution. We had the hippie revolution. Everybody protesting love, not war, peace, not war. They didn't just stem from a group of people just saying, we want peace. That was all
Yeah.
psychedelics, and that's why they were illegal. And it's crazy. It's so crazy. What's good with y'all? What's up, Randy, Aubrey, Croc, Ian, Fletch, Henry? What's good?
What's good, Henry? What's good, Randy? How you guys doing tonight? Appreciate you guys tuning in to our live stream. We're really just smoking and chilling on what's it today? Tuesday, Wednesday?
Tuesday. Club going
Tuesday
up on a
night, on a
Tuesday.
Tuesday night. I actually haven't even been live streaming a whole bunch recently, as I've just been trying to focus on putting out content like on the new channel and stuff like that. So, guys, anybody on here who hasn't known about it, I do have a new Cannabis Library channel, so please go subscribe to that. That would be clutch. I'm trying to get those subscribers back up because that shit is sure a pretty big fall off.
Hell yeah, make sure y'all subscribe, hit them up. Now these are cool. I love these little like it's a cool little podcast format, you know?
Right.
I like it.
And I do most of my videos like all alone too. So it's nice to have somebody else to like at least go off ideas with and shit like that. Because most of the time I'm just sitting here trying to come up with shit to say myself.
No, that's the hardest part. Everybody always asks, how do you talk nonstop? It's the ADHD, man. I can't help it.
Pretty much,
But
yeah. It's pretty much uncontrollable whether the camera was on or off. I'd still be probably talking to somebody.
yes, man. It took me a minute to get comfortable in front of the camera too, and just like learn how to just say anything. I know when I would say the vibes 500 times. I just thought like I want my cart. I finished a cart in 2 hours. My most viral video ever. Everybody watched that video. It has like bro, a whole video. You know the vibes. Yes, sir. You know the vibes. Every 2 seconds. Somebody counted it and they said I said it like over 60 times in the video. You know the vibes. And I was like, bro, bong rips for Jesus. Hey guys. Uh no, I'm sorry, but I am all out of I'm all out of flour.
I got you.
That's why I got the pens. Plus, bro, if I lived by myself, I would be lighting up and chiefing every day inside, but I can't do that. That's the downside. Nobody understands, bro. I jumped through hoop. Shit. 1 second.
All right.
Love you, mom. You're leaving?
But yeah, he goes through a lot more to smoke than I go through.
Bro, I gotta go say I love you to my mom real quick before she left. I'm over here now. I'm coming back to the goddamn podcast. Now, you see, bro, it's not a sustainable way to create.
You make a lot happen, like in your parents' house for sure. I respect it, no doubt.
No, it's hard. It's like, oh my, it's stressful. It's so stressful because you have to jump through hoops. That you do live streams. Light up, Chief. Do this. I'm like, I can't.
Right.
I can't. I wish I could.
Do you like making the YouTube videos more than like TikToks and stuff, or do you like the short ones more?
I liked TikTok because it helped me connect with the audience of people who were interested in what I had to show them. And I mean, TikTok really helped me It helped me. I don't even know what it helped me with. Honestly, TikTok just helped me build up an audience and bring
Yeah.
people over here. But
Because YouTube takes time. Like
YouTube
that's
does
how
take
I feel
time.
about like YouTube. Like YouTube takes time with like honestly like small returns for a while. Like it's like TikTok I feel like can grow so much faster, but also I feel like oftentimes I wish I didn't make weed content, dude. I wish there was something else I wanted to like be doing. Or like
Yeah,
making content within like weed and like talking about mushrooms and shit because it just stunts. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if
yeah,
I could do something else, it would grow like so much faster. But this is just what I enjoy doing, so it's just kind of how it goes.
yeah. I think I might start branching. Weed is expensive. It's
It
a
is.
it
It's so
smells. It's
expensive.
expensive. It's this. It's that.
That
But I want to. I think I want to do psychedelic content too, and
mhm.
talk about it and do more videos because, like, bro, the mush I have like a limited supply of mushrooms, bro.
That's what's up.
It's just I don't know. I had a couple of trips that were bad, but I don't really believe in a bad
I
trip.
haven't had one yet, honestly, over the years. I haven't had any that were like too bad. I would say each trip I tell somebody that I have like 5 minutes of the trip where I'm like, man, I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah,
And then I go back to like, all right, realizing what kind of the situation is, or I smoke a little bit and I'm okay. But there's for sure a moment every single like if I'm really tripping this moment every trip, I'm like, oh, this shit kind of is like a little bit too much
yeah.
right now.
Yeah, it gets crazy. Sometimes I'll be on the floor, curled up in a ball, like, oh, what the hell? Like, this isn't right. I call it the abyss of thought.
I got you.
Yeah, you can even. Oh, ugh.
Usually I'm like pretty active on them though. I think is a thing. Like I've gotten for the most part, I'm like outside doing something. Like either even like when I work out or exercise or something like that. Because inside sometimes it's okay, and then a lot of times I just end up like walking around the city or walking outside or something like that. Because
Yeah,
inside gets a little bit too tight for me sometimes.
yeah. One time, I'm gonna do a video on this. So I thought it was a microdose, but it was like I had this really big stem that was like maybe mm, 1.5 grams, but it was a penis envy strain, so
Right,
it's strong. And we
right.
were going to 10p. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a microdose. So we were supposed to go to the club. And we were just walking around, and I remember it hit, and my pupils just. And my
Mhm.
sister's boyfriend, he looked over. He said, "Bro, you good?" Because I'm over here looking up at the buildings. I'm like, "Wow, I want to move to the city so bad." I'm like, "This all the lights and colors." He's like, "Are you good?" But the thing was, bro, I'm gonna do the story time on this because I thought it was a microdose. No, I'm not
Uh,
trying to promote driving and doing this shit, but I was the one that drove everybody. My car stick shift. You know? Hey, bro, it's not the thing is, this isn't the first time that I was in this situation. Because another time I took a tab in Sedona, and my cousin, he was with me. I was the one driving again, and I was like, bro, I was like, why are you getting in the car with me? Why are you letting me drive?
yeah, I
But it's
wouldn't
not like that
suggest it.
bad to the point.
I've been caught in a situation before where I like had to get home. Like I was in the mountains and
Yeah,
like I had no choice. I had just actually gone snowboarding and I needed to get back down to my crib. And I regret it. No, I didn't regret it. Like I got home and shit. But like you said, I'm not sitting here suggesting anybody do anything like remotely close to that.
yeah.
But it definitely makes for good stories, I guess. Once you're
Sometimes
safe.
hemp is strong as fuck. Hemp oil, I don't care. Hemp oil is so thick. It's weird. It's like
What is that like HHC or something?
this one. It's the same thing that's saying here. This one is Delta 9, THCH, THCJD, THCP, and Delta 8.
Gotcha. So
And
like
this
a
one's
whole
HHCH right here. Yeah, they blend it. This one is,
gotcha.
these are really good. Like, so THCJD actually gets you high. Like,
Yeah.
literally, I didn't know that. Um, with the cannabinoids, I found that usually it's just like a nice, feel. Like, I see high and a feeling as two different things. Like when high, I
Got you.
get like all this. A feeling is just like nice and nice little vibrant, vibey feeling. But like high, like eyes closing, munchies, dry mouth, like oh my god. That's what I get with the TACJD. This one's HCH. I get the same thing with that. And I was like, wow. And like I'm a heavy smoker too, so it kind of like caught me by surprise.
And with
I
some of
mean,
that stuff, I swear, when like our bodies have no tolerances for a certain cannabinoid, then it hits for a while, and then you kind of build up a tolerance to that as well. Sometimes I feel like also so because sometimes when I even try some, I'll test out like a company will send me one product, but by the time I've tried like the fourth companies, like my body might become used to it to where like it won't even hit me like the first companies did. So
oh yeah,
I've also found like
yeah,
that to be the case, kind of.
definitely. I've seen that too for sure. Same thing with like so terpenes. I would go on vacation sometimes, and I'll always bring just like a cart, and I wouldn't combust anything because
Okay.
like I would go with my girl. She's not a smoker, so I just be oh, just bring a cart. Like I'll never force her to do something she don't want to do. No, she got a nice job lined up too, where they like medical stuff. But she doing good. She doing good. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about her. So uh, I feel like when you smoke carts for like a whole week, and then you go back to like a rip. What's up, hemp? How you feeling? You go back to a rip.
Yeah.
Um, it just hits like really hard. I can't even take a nice snap. I can't take a full bowl after a week if I've been smoking like a cart for a week straight. You
Right.
know, it's that
Oh yeah,
weird.
that change up, that change. I swear, like sometimes I'll bring out like I never smoke pipes, like almost ever. I'll bring
Yeah,
out like a pipe, or I'll go to a friend's house and I'll smoke a pipe that haven't been used to smoking. It'll get me higher than I'm used to. Definitely like blunts because I smoke them so rarely. Like
yeah,
obviously there's a tobacco mixture and stuff like that, but just changing up the method of smoking, or even I have like a vaporizer. I hit the bag sometimes, and that shit will get me like crazy stoned because I
oh,
don't
I
hit
want
vapes
one of
every
those so bad. I want one so bad. Oh my god.
For your
I think
situation to keep like the smell down, it'd be super clutch too, because you could get like super stoned, like with huge rips plus like small amounts of weed. I wish I
yeah.
used that more. I like rolling up way too much, dude.
Oh, bro. I like joints so much. I wish I
Right.
could every day. Like they don't care about the smell. All right. It's like they don't care about Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry.
It's all
Bro,
good.
this is what I'm talking about living at home, being a creator, dog. Is especially it's not like I'm playing Fortnite. That's the thing. It's not like I'm 1 second, mom, 1 second down, getting like a freaking
Yeah.
$10,000 dono for the kill, like for the win. Fortnite dub. Let's go hype chat. Is nah, I'm freaking in here. I can't open the door right now. Can't do it right now. I gotta keep it in here. Gotta keep it all in here.
Right.
But yeah, it's just it's definitely hard. When I used to make my videos of doing stuff in the house, I would wake up at 3:30 just to record,
Yeah, I
and then
remember
I
you
go to
telling
bed
me
by
you do a lot
6.
of like early
Yeah,
videos.
3, 4. That was and I would still get caught because like they would get the after that my mom like they say, by the way, you need to open the window. And it was more like awkward because like just I just hate that feeling and just like the way they used to yell at me when they would catch me, like it was the end of the world, like I just freaking shot somebody. I'll never forget
Right.
when I was rolling in the backyard. Like my parents always knew I smoked. And my
Yeah.
mom, she came home early, but I was like in the backyard. I was getting ready to roll up. And she was like, I was like, go inside. Like, what's wrong with you? Just go inside. She's like, are you kidding me? I'm like what? I took everything and like put it under the pillow. I was like, stop, because we have a little chair outside with like pillows on it. I
Yeah.
was like, no, go inside, because she seen me as a child, right? Like she taught me in this thing home. I love my mom. Like we already talked
Right.
about this. I had my chance to mourn not being able to do whatever I wanted, but she taught me in this staying home into this into that because I'm her baby.
Uh,
So seeing that, she was like,
she was like taking
wow.
it back.
Yeah, no, I didn't talk to her for the rest of the day. And then she kept texting me, why you mad because you got caught? Why you mad at me? Why are you not talking to me? I'm like, leave me alone. Like, just close the door and go inside and let me do my thing. You wonder why I'm so secretive and why I'm so quiet, because
Yeah,
like
I didn't. Mine wasn't as dramatic, but I smoked in my house one time when I was younger, and it wasn't a good idea at all. But I didn't get in that much trouble, if I'm being real. My parents just told me never to do it again. And like
yeah,
somebody just said, burning is actually crazy strong smell. Like there is no hiding it for real. Like
yeah.
it is such a strong smell. If you have a place that has no like smoke smell, anything like that, and you introduce like even a hint of weed smell, like it's almost impossible not to catch for real.
Yeah, no, you're so used to it. So
Right.
used to it.
I'm so used to
I
like I
went to
didn't realize like
Washington.
how loud it is in here.
Yeah, no, I went to Washington. I was taking a tea break for 10 days and
Uh-huh.
I forgot what it smelled like. I went to a couple of dispos, I went to this, but when it's dry versus when it's burning, even when it's dry, you open that up, that's a crazy smell.
Right,
It
right, right.
stinks. It smelled like it smells like ass when you're not used to the smell. Just like the first bit of it is so bad. I opened the balcony in Seattle. They treat weed like wine. So I opened the back door and I was on the top floor. We were on the top floor. There's a really nice, I think it's called the Warwick. They upgraded us because we showed up early. Really nice lady at the front desk. And I opened it, and my girlfriend, she's like, "Oh my god, it smells like shit." And I was like, "What the hell is that?" I was like, "Oh wait," I was like, "That's weed." I was like,
Yeah, I don't
but,
mind the smell too much, but like the stale smell of it,
oh
like
yeah,
that stale smell of it's what's worse or what's bad. But I realize like how identifiable it is. Because even I'll just walk on the street here in Chicago, walk past because everybody's so close because we have like row housing here. And
yeah,
everybody's so close, and you're just walking down the street and you smell like, and you can really tell it comes even from like this house. So I
yeah.
feel like my house is like that when I'm sitting here, like people are just passing by and they're able to tell pretty quickly what's happening. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that. Oh my gosh, I want to get it. I'm like, I'm thinking about next month just YOLOing it, but like, I have a problem, a really impulsive spending problem. Like that's why it's all looking so smooth right now, smoother than last time. I upgraded all my stuff, but like
Gotcha.
I'm like, oh, it's an investment. It'll come back because like I don't think I think realistically in my mind, but a lot of people wouldn't call it realistic.
Yeah.
I think like I've always so ever since college or ever since I was younger, I remember I would be like, I could do this now because it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be famous in like next year. I'm gonna be rich, make it all back. I'm gonna be a SoundCloud rapper. I'm gonna be on stage next year with J. Cole. I'm gonna make it all back.
Okay.
I always thought like that. And even when like I got like my first TikTok account, I had one viral video. I was like, oh my god, I don't need to worry about nothing. I'm gonna stop taking this serious.
I'm dead.
I'm a hot shit. I'm hot. That was me. And like I always thought like that. I always like I think outside the box, a little bit too much. Outside the box to the point where I'm not even I'm my back's turned and I'm walking away from it. I'm just like, but it also has gotten me to a good point to where I can shoot off in any direction, and I just like I mean I have mental lapses. I have days where I'm like right now, like how I told you, I'm like, oh shit, this video is not doing good. But then I remember I started 7, 8 months ago,
Right.
and
Yeah.
yeah, it's when you get a slow point, a stall point, it's like damn, and then you forget
And
like all
sometimes
you
like, the slow point is literally just because like algorithmic shit, like it
yeah.
catch up like in a few days or something like that, or it won't. You just create another video and
Oh
like
yeah,
that
you just gotta
one like
come back with some
kind of
heat. I have an issue with giving up, but the thing is I get satisfied when I give up. I get too satisfied, like not giving up, just like if I don't see it going anywhere, like I make a new decision in 2 seconds. It's my mind. I think quick, and I'm like, I'll just do something else. Like when I see a video get like under 500 views in an hour, I'm
Mhm.
like, you know what? I'm going back to school. I'm gonna write my philosophy book. I'm gonna get my degrees and get a job. Like I'm definitely gonna go back to school one day. But like
Gotcha.
every time, like when one thing doesn't go my way, because I'm traumatized from football. That's what traumatized me. I played football for 16 years, right? And I'm like, I'm going to the NFL. I'm so good. Like I'm gonna be rich and famous in the NFL. I don't have to worry about money. I don't have to worry about no, bro. I got to college and I mean, I could have went other places where I probably could have achieved my goal, but I listened to somebody else. I listened to my mom. I watched my sisters cry. My girl, it's okay, just go wherever you want, just leave. And I'm like, you know what?
That
I'll just
bothers
stay
you.
home. I'll just stay home, bro. The thing, like, I was just thinking about this earlier too. The thing that makes me so mad is I'm so nice. Like, if I something was out of my situation, I was about to die, I'd be like, oh no, everybody's gonna be so sad. My mom's gonna be so sad right now. Like, oh no, like I
I'm
hate.
not I'm not like that at all, dude.
It's
I gotta
yeah.
make decisions like quick and that are best for like not even best for like my comfort or the comfort of anybody around me. Kind of is best what I feel like has to be like that next
Yeah.
step.
That's why you.
Because
That's why you like. I mean, I don't like.
yeah, like but everything is different, and also
Yeah,
it's also what you consume. Because I
and that's
read a
why
lot
I'm
of
at
books.
home.
I read a lot of books that are like really like concerned with that type of
Yeah.
subject, but there are a lot of books that are also talking about like the importance of connections and stuff like that. And so
No, yeah, I'm
there's a
too
balance
connected.
with these things. There's a
Yeah,
balance with these things for sure. Absolutely.
yeah. It took me a little bit to figure out. I started. Let me see. I had a lot of my back was in. I threw out my back my freshman year in college. I deadlifted too much trying to offer the coaches, but it never really affected me. But I kept going to the doctor over and over and over. It's like I went to the Mayo Clinic and they said we don't know what's wrong with you. And I was like, ugh. So I went back to the school and I ended up quitting that same day. My senior, and I was like, anything's best for me. I went crazy. I started sobbing because it was my future. That's what I was building my future up, and that's what I was talking to me, and that's why it doesn't go my way now. I'm like, crap, like I can't waste time. I need to figure out something new to do. Because
Yeah.
I let that build up. I trusted the process. I listened to a lot of people around me when I was in transfer school. Probably should have, but my parents work harder. This coach work harder, and when everybody told me to work harder, and I did work harder, and nothing came from it, I was like,
Yeah.
why? And then I had my final straw when this kid came from Baltimore. Oh my God, I will never forget that day. He came for a week, and they started him over me, and I don't want to say he was trash. I don't like to talk crap about people. He was not definitely nowhere near as good as how I was. Like I when I was in high school, so my schedule, we had the hardest schedule in Arizona. We played
Yeah.
schools like they probably don't mean anything to anybody, but all these kids went to like Notre Dame. These kids went to LSU. These kids went to Cal. I was playing Polynesian kids who looked like they were damn near 30, running them
Right.
up. Then I was like, we were just doing our thing. And then I got to college, and the coaches were like, "Oh, you're small. We think you're scared. Oh, this is gonna happen to you. We don't want you to get hurt." I'm like, "Bro, I played bigger people in college. Like those kids, what?" And like, it was just like,
But at the end of the day, like the decisions you make, you gotta. For me at least, I gotta like just do that. Like I like making decisions fast for sure, but I definitely just try to listen to what I have to say, and then if pretty much I'm the type of person if everybody disagrees with me, then I'm like, all right, perfect, I'm in the right position. Like, and that's probably not the most positive thing to be like, but that's just the person I realized I am.
yeah. It took me a little bit. Like I'm slowly getting there. Like I just have a lot of anxiety, and but I'm starting to put my foot down and go lay down in your bed, dog. In your bed. Go to your bed. Up, up, up. I'm starting to get my little anxiety to go away and do my things myself and
I
take on
got
my own path. I wish I did that way earlier though, but it's weird because like I feel like I'm starting to see like different paths in life. It's starting to get clearer for me, but at the same time, when it gets clear, that's when it gets more stressful because when you see more, you see everything. You
right.
see the good, you see the bad,
That's definitely like a double-edged sword of all that shit.
definitely.
But at the same time, like some of the clarity is like it relieves definitely some of the stress that like allows you to kind of be like understanding and like for me it comes from like hearing other people's stories and shit like that because
Yeah.
like in realizing that nobody's had the end goal that they got to like figured out. It was kind of just the process of figuring out as they went.
Yeah. It's like it's crazy. I don't know. I had this thing. I remember when I was like my first like trip back in January. I was tripping hard. I remember I was posting all over my Instagram. I was like, everybody look at me, look at my eyes. Like
Yeah,
I had my phone out and like I was going like I was thinking so much. And like I started seeing patterns. I started realizing this happened because of this. And then I was like, oh my God, I started thinking about the patterns of my trauma. And then that's what fucked me up. Like I was curling up in a ball crying. And I was like, I don't want to think about this, but it helps. You store so much stuff subconsciously. So I studied a lot of psychology. So you store a lot of things subconsciously and they really, you forget about them. However, those things pop up in little anxieties, like when
right.
people like relationship trauma or trauma with like, let's just say like how I grew up, like how I hide my weed stuff. This is actually, so this is a personal story, kind, not personal, but I mean, it happened. So with my content and with my relationship, I didn't tell her anything till like I was at like 10,000 subscribers and like this. And like I'd always hide all my stuff before she would come over, my girlfriend. And I was like, no, like it's because of my parents though. It's not because of her. And she's like, why do you do that? Like I know what you're doing. Like you don't have to be so weird and like skittish and hide. And like
Yeah,
every time like she's in the car, I'd be like, and like try to blow it out the window before she turns her head back around. And it's like that type of
yeah,
trauma is stored subconsciously. Like when
yeah,
my parents open the garage, I like sometimes I'm like, why does my heart hurt? Like why am I scared? It's because when I was younger and they will open that garage, they would be like, oh, your room better be clean or else the belts. And like that I was it was either that or that. And I was like, oh my God, there's a dish in the sink. When I was younger, I would get spanked. I had to be perfect. And that was with football. That was with everything. I had to be like, they're not like we talked about all that stuff. I don't like hold a grudge against them, but
right.
I mean, they were raised in New York, so I understand. You know, it's not
No,
like they're
it's
just
part of
angry
like
at
going
life.
past. Yeah, like going
Yeah, they
past.
had their own trauma. They like we're all figuring it out together,
Right.
and like I'd rather it happen like this than never happen. So, but it's definitely like, oh my God, I was raised in a like they raised me like I was in New York, but I lived in a rural area in Arizona. I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed to go outside past a certain sign. You know, everybody be home before the street lights come on.
I
But
had
like,
strict parents. My parents are
yeah,
older, so like I had very strict parents growing up. But it's also we've had to grow past a bunch of shit that happened when I was younger. But and some of the stuff,
yeah.
even if it is a little traumatizing, I guess I'm still thankful for it in other types of ways. I guess.
Yeah, you never really think about it either. Nobody wants to think about that type of stuff. You just want to forgive and forget. And like I want to say last year is when I started really being like, oh, like you guys did this to me when I was growing up. And that's why, because I started studying my psychology. I started studying all this
Yeah.
stuff. I started understanding the brain. And I was like, wait a minute, is this why I'm like this? I didn't try to self-diagnose myself, but I started digging really deep. And then that trip really did it to me. So it like really diminished my relationship. And I started locking myself in my room. And um before the year before this one, last year, I say the year before this, last year, I was bad. I would not leave my room. I
Um,
didn't want to make videos. I didn't want to do nothing. Like I was making TikToks at the time only. And like I want to say like I was I was going through severe depression at the time. I didn't
mhm,
eat for weeks. Like I was getting really skinny. I drank a lot of water. My skin got good, but
mhm.
that's when I was eating really bad. So like there's a good part of the story. It's not the depressing story, don't worry. So I was feel free to laugh at any point. It's a lighthearted story. Um so I was eating that. I was all sugar, soda. I had a sugar addiction, really bad sugar addiction.
I do.
DoorDash. This
Yeah,
I
I
still have the
really do
DoorDash
right now.
addiction. Yeah. Well, I literally my body like saw I had really bad. My face was bad. Like this was bad. I had really bad bags. I was going to bed late. And when I was locking myself in my room and doing all that, I really felt like I was resetting. Like now that I think about it, I was what did I call it? Me and my cousin had to talk about this, and I was like basically resetting. And I got to fast. I got to do this. I got to will like read books and go on YouTube and watch documentaries and just have a lot of time to myself and think. And then it
Mhm,
got to a point where I'm like, okay, maybe I need to leave my room. And then I started getting better towards the end of that year. And then I got really bad at the end of the year. And then the beginning of this year, I had my trip and I was like, oh my God. Then I had my 10-day tea break immediately after. And then I drove up the West Coast. And I was in the forest. I was on the beaches. I was meditating. I was walking with no shoes on. And I like completely changed after that psychedelic experience, that tea break clarity, that forest experience, being all the way up in Washington, just driving and just seeing everything nonstop. It was so good. So
That's what's up, dude. That's dope.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat right now.
I know they're firing this dude up because bro won't stop making. I don't know what he's talking about, to be honest. I haven't been able to read any of those.
He said, "You good, bro?" No, but yeah,
That's good, man. It's crazy for me that we're going to like the back end of this year because, like you said, like I had a long last year, but I've really changed cities every year for the past like 4. So, like because of that, like it becomes like a natural reset, but sometimes like it also have to like face some things that probably should have been faced a few cities ago for somebody like me. That
yeah,
like it's still like bugging you, whatever needs to be addressed, but you just moved, so you felt like you moved past it. Like for me, I physically moved, so I felt like I moved past it, but maybe
yeah.
I didn't. So that's kind of just the reality of how I've usually lived, but in the reality of facing some of the shit that I've had to face, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Because you can like
Shoot.
change locations, but the same shit's just gonna follow you if it's not like handled.
Yeah, you always gotta think. My parents always, my mom said, "Forgive and forget." I'm like, no, like don't forget. You gotta resolve it. And like you
Yeah,
get into relationship fights and this, you just try to like ignore it and get past it and just like, oh, it didn't happen. It's gonna come on later. Like I don't know, like I really like. I thought this was for everybody. Tell me if it's you too. Like if something happens, let's just say you fight with somebody right now, and they're like, oh well, it's over. It happened. It's just gonna eat you up because it never got resolved, and it's not like some part the other person's not affected by it, but you are, and not everybody's the same way, but
yeah.
it's
I
the
feel like
hard
it just
part.
is it feels like for me, it's the quality of the relationship and whatever relationship is about. There are some relationships I don't care enough. Man, if we stop talking, it is what it is. But there are some relationships to where it's just like it needs to be resolved because I care about the quality of this relationship and I want it to be a healthy one. Because
Yeah,
that makes sense what I'm saying. Because there are some people that I'm just like, bro, I'm not about to even bother like going into diving into this because this is such a superficial relationship anyway.
yeah,
But yeah, if I care about it, then I completely agree with you. Like I'll take the time to dive into why that came up, like how we
yeah,
can prevent that from coming up again, and like make sure that the status of our relationship is like good.
yeah. I'm like, I can't sit there and pretend. Oh, you want to see something crazy? This is all I ripped the label off. This is all I got.
I got you. See, if you had a vaporizer, like one of the bags or something, you could like get bags out of that.
Damn, I'm gonna use my finger to pull the rest out of it. No, it's crazy because like TikTok and stuff, bro. All
Mhm.
these places they owe me so much money, like um from live streams. I can't get on those funds because they ban my account so much. But there's those people who mix alcohol and those people who literally they chug alcohol on that
Yeah,
app, bro. It's crazy. And these kids are hyping them up. Those kids are getting influenced by them. Alcohol is bad for your brain, especially when you're young, really young,
it really
know?
always is. Like it's never good for you,
Yes. Oh yeah, you get Alzheimer's from that stuff.
bro. Like
And those
alcohol,
people
like
get paid. Those people get
anything what
paid to
they
do
say
that.
is like anything they say is positive about drinking alcohol is like a lie from alcohol
Yeah.
company. Like it's pretty much all bad for you.
It's oh my god. And those people get paid. Those people get paid to make those videos.
Right.
And YouTube, they don't pay us because we're over here. Like God for hemp, bro, hemp product is nowhere near as bad as freaking um alcohol. They should not be mentioned in the same sentence, you know?
Yeah,
Like
I agree. I
it's
agree.
crazy. It's crazy. It makes no sense. And then you get demonized over it. They put drugs like on the YouTube monetization thing for the thing. It says learn more, you click it, and it says you can't be monetized because of drugs. Like somebody physically went in there and wrote why at
Yeah.
that point, and like it's just it's weird, and it makes me so mad because then you have other people, right? So being a small creator, especially the type of content that I make, like I was inspired by people like Eric Khan and these
Mhm.
dudes like Mr. THC. So I love making vlog and weed type videos. However, that third time when they were making videos, they didn't automatically get an age restriction. Somebody had to report it.
No, they
This had to
didn't. Age
happen.
restriction didn't exist yet.
Yeah, they just
Like
got
it
it. They
literally
got
didn't exist on YouTube yet.
so much push. Like imagine just being able to smoke a nice blunt and have this type of personality. You would back.
Yeah. I don't. It used to be different. I think he's muted on there, but it used to be like completely different on YouTube, and now it's definitely like an uphill battle. And the people who are at the top, like it's pretty much like if it's like you got grandfathered into being pushed. I don't know, but it's still it kind of just is what it is at this point. But like we definitely were later in like the YouTube game in terms of like trying to make cannabis content and shit like that. But at the same time, we never know what's coming up next because even like a few years ago, people never knew TikTok was going to be a thing, and that
Yeah,
like people like you and a lot of other people, and even I have a decent size that I've been able to get some subscribers on. Like in TikTok didn't exist then, so it's kind of like playing the content game and adapting to whatever platform becomes available over time.
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to like. So I'm gonna lean away from. I'm still gonna be like this type of creator,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I'm trying to find like a balance. Like I feel like at some points I'm like trying so hard because like these kids they want you to be like live up to the hype of, let's just say, Eric Khan or somebody. Like I can't, I don't have 900,000 subscribers or like Dope as Yola or make a podcast be like Dope as, no, like I can't. And that makes you
It's
like feel
different
like
than
you
even a
need to.
subscriber amount though. Like they get paid, like they get paid
Yeah,
a lot. So it's
yeah,
like it's almost like you have to be aiming for something a little bit different because they get paid from like what you said, like old YouTube. And that's not to talk down on them or anything like that, but that's to say that like they got to grow in like that old set of YouTube to where now their content isn't stunted to where even if like because on average like 2 to 3% of your subscribers watch a video, like that's on average like for most people on
yeah,
YouTube. And so if you have as big as they are already, like even if they don't trend at 2 to 3%, that's a lot of views. And they're tapped in with the biggest companies already. So yeah, like your subscribers or my subscribers or whoever can expect that type of influence from people who can't, and they can travel all over the country, all that type of stuff. So it's a
they
lot
got
different.
all these resources
Right. But
and
at
they
the same
get
time, they've
nailed
been doing
still.
it a long time too.
Oh hell yeah. And they've been like, I know Eric, he got all his videos deleted, and I think he got his channel deleted at one point too.
Yeah, like
But then
everybody
again, yeah,
yeah.
it was still at a time where you could come back. I mean, like God forbid that happens to them now. Well, I feel like they'd be able to find their way back, but I feel like it would definitely be
Dude,
an
I
uphill
don't think it's
battle.
for anybody. Yeah, like right now, if you die,
Well,
like
they got no. The thing I hate, no, I don't hate this.
but they have
I don't hate this.
Instagram though.
They do got Instagram, but
Yeah.
they got people, bro. They got features. They got friends in the industry and connects and people. Like it's hard to just try to get people to collab with you. You know,
No, it's
like no.
it's for sure gatekeep. Like it's just how it
Yes,
is. Yeah.
you have to be friends with somebody, and a lot of these companies too. Like if you're not buddy buddy with them, they're gonna play you, play
Oh
you.
yeah, for
Like I
sure.
remember one time, I'm not gonna say who it was, but we did all the paperwork, and at the end, they're like, "Yeah, just go ahead and go out and buy it and make the review." I was like, "Buy it." Because I don't got money
Right.
to buy it. I was like, what do you mean buy it? And then this other company, they sent me a device, or they sent me a bunch of devices, like bunch of these pens right here. Actually, I'm not gonna show the device on the camera. I don't want to talk mess about companies,
Okay.
but they they sent me a bunch of them, and then I remember I asked for my money because I was going to. I do commissions through them. I asked for my payout because I was going to San Diego, and it wasn't a lot, but definitely a lot of money for them. With that amount of money and the like getting 2%, they got a bunch of money
Right.
for. And I was like, yeah, and they're like, oh, how do you think you paid for the care package? I was like, I paid for my care package.
No,
At that,
companies are definitely cheap, like, but to a level, it's like kind of scammy. I agree. It's like,
yeah,
because they don't even understand like how many
the
companies
hemp
like have the
companies,
same other things and stuff, and like all
yeah,
types of like in the cannabis space, like everybody definitely thinks that their product is like brand new, or like their
yeah,
product is like the only one out there that's like that, and so
yeah.
it,
I get people from China too, and it's like they're very demanding. A lot of those companies out there.
yeah, and you have to like fill up all their stuff with oil and shit like that, like because they can't sell it. Like it's a lot of
Yeah.
weird shit, like
Oh yeah,
with those companies.
dog. Yeah, I'm like, no. She's like, oh, or do this. I'm like, I have to buy the product. I have to do this. Just at least pay me my little bit of money I'm asking for it, because I know you're making like double that at the end of the day.
For me, what's happened to me, I made this joke to my girlfriend the other day. Like I've gotten a lot of wraps and stuff. Like I have a whole box of wraps, but like, do they realize how much money that costs to fill up like all these wraps? Like these companies want me to like test their wraps and blunts and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but who's buying all this weed to make all these videos? Because each one of
Yeah,
these wraps is like 2-3 grams each wrap, and I'm like, dude, I'm not about to just spend $40 for a video just like
yeah.
that.
It's a job. It's like it's literally you're trying to live.
Right.
You're not you're making quality content. You're reviewing their brand. You have people that like to watch it. You
Right.
know, and then and then, it's just crazy. It's so crazy.
It's just
I
one of
don't
those
know.
things, also, though, like any other job, that if you haven't done it, people don't realize how much work goes into it. Even if it's for like a creator that doesn't get that many views or something like that, like how much time they even spent doing that. Like
Yeah.
people don't even realize that they haven't made any content before. And so they think it's just like, oh, they just got in front of the camera and just posted it.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a
like that's
grind. It's mentally straining too. Because
yeah,
even like I said before, you have those down days where you feel like nothing's going for you, and then you just like even feel like like me like you can give up easily. I remember at one point I had my what's it called? I had my bad my bad trip. I had a jet trip. I did this one time, and then I was like, you know what? I'm hiding the camera every time I trip from now on. Because I took it and I recorded it and I made a video about perspective, because I had a trip and I had a fight with somebody before I tripped, and we were arguing, and I was like, you don't understand perspective. And then I tripped and I had a trip about perspective after that, because that was my mindset. And
mhm,
afterwards, oh my God, that was intense. I was crying and I was like, I
uh,
can't do this. And I was like, and then I just made the video and I put all my thoughts into the video. I edited it and posted it that same morning, all after that trip. That's how like trips just give you like you just wired afterwards, like that
for sure.
afterglow feeling,
Definitely some
and
clarity.
if you're full emotions, like your real emotions. And I started spilling. I was like, I'm so sad. I just feel like I have no, because like for real, I was like, this shit's so hard. Like
Right.
I'm not getting paid. I feel like a car that's not moving anywhere. And I
Yeah.
edited the freaking car with the tires spinning out. And I put a lot of work into that while like after the
Right.
trip. And I was like, the video is good. And like I'm like embarrassed sometimes when I watch it because I was crying, like ugly crying in the video. But I mean, like I deleted it and then like bring it back. Like, I hit it, I put it on private, and they said bring it back, like it's beautiful, and I was like okay. And then yeah, it was crazy. I like
Sure, man.
I love sentimental videos.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, well, man, I'm about to go eat. I appreciate you joining me on the live stream, bro. This was fun. We'll definitely have to do it again sometime.
Hell yeah.
Your videos coming up here soon, man. Your channel and everything, man. That's dope.
Hey, thanks, bro.
For sure.
You too, bro. I want to do more of these for sure, for sure.
Hell yeah, man. We'll definitely talk soon. And see you guys, everybody who joined us for the live stream. We appreciate it. See you guys soon.
Hell yeah.